Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wired Gaming. Today we have week 22 of the Icarus updates. This one's pretty damn cool. This one is all about exotic extraction, and the team has completely overhauled the way that we'll be gaining exotics now and how exotics will be found on planet, which is pretty damn cool. Alongside that, we have some new workshop items, which is brilliant. I love new workshop items. Workshop items are always good. At the moment, I just need to up my exotics and do a few little bits. In the background, I'm going to do the payday extraction mission again, just so we can get a big chunk of exotics from that, because now they've changed the way that we actually mine things. It's a little bit easier to craft the components needed for that mission. First time I did it, it took nearly, well, it was over 12 hours, I'm pretty sure. It was a very long time getting everything together. But now they've changed a few things. It's going to make things a little bit easier. We'll be able to get exotics. I want to have the whole store unlocked so I can show you guys a little bit more about it and what's going on with those store items. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. Now, some of you may have noticed that I have missed the last two updates. That is because the first one, I was actually away on holiday. I did put that out there. And last week, I've had some family emergencies that I'd had to sort out. And go and see some family members, and hopefully things work out, but we'll see. Time will tell. But for now, we are back to normal. With that being said, the way that we are handling the Icarus now on the channel is going to change. They do the update videos. I used to do the update videos on a Friday and a standard gameplay video on a Tuesday. Now what I'm going to do, rather than those two separate videos, because every Tuesday I would do a new mission, and that would be part of... I should really do that as part of the update, because then you get to see the new mission that is part of the update. So going forward, what we're going to do is either on a Friday or on a Tuesday, depending how long it takes me to get it done. But either way, there will be an Icarus video on either a Friday evening or a Tuesday at 8 PM BST. So going forward, that's what will happen from now on. And if we can do the update video and the mission that is included on the Friday, then I will get that out. But if there's not one, then it will just be the actual Friday update itself. Which, if that makes sense. Either way, we'll have one Icarus video a week from now on, because there's a lot of work that goes into the Icarus videos. It takes a lot of time to do it. And I want to check out a few other little things alongside. So hopefully you guys are happy with that. If you are, let me know. If you've got a different way and you'd like to see things or a little bit more of Icarus, also let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Now, with that being said, let's jump in and have a little bit of a look at what we are getting with the Week 22 update. This week, we are making some significant changes and improvements to how you discover and extract exotics. Exotic deposit randomization is the most prominent of these, changing how deposits are spawned into the map and adding the variety to challenge your drops. To complement this change, we are improving scanning and extraction systems with Tier 3 and Tier 4 radars. New extractors also. The new workshop radars and extractors for the high-end prospector. This work helps lay further foundations for us to improve late-game experience and the entire exotics loop, which is good news, right? Very good news. A little message from Dean Hall here as well, is that improving the exotics loop and late game is something that we need to approach with a delicate touch. Efforts in this direction will be carefully rolled out in updates like this so we can test and adjust our changes as we go. We have many different activities going on, such as balancing work, new content, future DLCs, optimizations, multiplayer improvements, etc. All at the same time, but with different cadences. They don't always line up exactly with our update schedule, so some weeks may be more content focused, other weeks may be more foundational or feature focused, which, to be honest, that is perfectly fine. I think an update every week, I'd say that's quite a lot anyway. It's very ambitious that they'll be able to keep this going continually in the long run, which is a good thing about Icarus. There's always going to be more to do if they do these updates weekly and continue to do them. Now, exotic deposit randomization. Previously, exotic matter spawned at locations has been fixed and consistent. This is changing. The location of exotic deposits is now randomized, and you'll have to scan to find them afresh each drop. Each prospect will have a selection of potential exotic spawning points, but which ones are active will be randomized and differ each time you drop on a new prospect. This does make exotics difficult to map and will encourage you to scout and discover rather than memorize locations. We will be monitoring the impact of this change, and increase in difficulty requires fine balancing. So keep providing your feedback and experiences with us on this feature. Now I've got A message now from Adam, who is the game designer. With a static system, players could learn exactly where deposits are for each prospect and then circumvent a bunch of gameplay loops, beelining it straight to these deposits. As a result, we found many players weren't engaging with the radar scanning system to locate deposits, because they already knew where they were. Now, exotics spawning randomly at a number of potential locations, players will need to engage with radar mechanics in order to locate them, which has knock-on effects such as encouraging players to establish a base and get geared up first. As part of this change, we're also introducing radars and extractors to both Tier 3 and the orbital workshops. With players now able to bring down extractors with them at the start of a drop, it's more important than ever that we implement this feature. We understand for the min-maxers out there, this takes obtaining exotics a little bit more difficult, but they were never intended to be easy to get. Those looking at obtaining exotics as quickly as possible may want to invest in workshop items, as they will let you hit the ground running the fastest, but be aware, with advanced equipment also comes advanced hostility from the local wildlife. We all like advanced hostility from the local wildlife. So we have got Tier 3 and T4 radars and extractors. We've added new radars and extractors at Tier 3 and 4 to replace the existing ones and help you better find and mine exotic deposits. Tier 3 radars and extractors with the biofuel. So Tier 3 radars and extractors are biofuel powered and provide low-cost, moderate return systems with a low chance to attract animal life. Both provide strong early option for the less advanced prospector with more moderate efficiency and accuracy, and a more easily accessible fuel to reduce the investment to deploy. Whereas the Tier 4 radar and extractor, which is electric, requires substantial improvement on the Tier 3 and Tier 3 alternatives, but does require a more advanced fueling system in electricity. In turn, they provide higher scanning speeds and higher precision, but their increased activity is more likely to attract local foes, so do keep your wits about you. I like. Workshop, radar, and extractor and biofuel. The most advanced of the radar extractors added to the pool is the IC001. This radar and the IC001 extractor, these are purchasable through the workshop and will require a new fuel source, the IC001 prototype power source, which is also purchasable alongside them. Now these things, as you've seen already in the video, are fucking expensive. It's like 800 exotics for the actual power source, and it's a one use only. So I think it's 300 to actually unlock it, and then 500 per go. So you want to hope that you'll be getting at least, I would say, 700-800 exotics per run, because that one, if you're using up that whole 500, and then you're getting less, it's not even worth purchasing the power source. I'm pretty sure it was 500 anyway. Now the workshop radar, extractors, and biofuel. The IC001 is the most advanced system we have released to date, requiring no energy source and providing the highest precision and speed out of all available options. In turn, it is also the most likely to attract animals, requiring you to be on your guard at all times. The IC001 extractor is the most powerful extractor we've also introduced. This provides a lot more durability and runs on a very special power source. Its high performance requires a previously unable source of energy. Available in the workshop as the IC001 prototype power source, the safe, self-sustaining unit can extract up to 600 exotics per prospect, but cannot be brought back to the station. Once it is empty, you have to throw it away. We have also added the MXC fuel canister, a container which carries biofuel. It comes pre-filled with biofuel and will refill every time the player returns to orbit if it is brought back. That's cool. I thought you'd have to repurchase it, but that's very cool. I like that. I have purchased that for a mission. So existing radars and extractors players have on prospects will still work the way they used to, but on leaving them behind on your prospect, they will be gone forever. So enjoy them while they last. Okay, alright, that makes sense. There's also a change to how we bring workshop items down to the planet's surface. Now, I like this. I think it's very cool, and it means you can add a lot more stuff to your drop. So, since you can now bring non-equipable items like radars and extractors with you from orbit, we have changed where you will find them when you arrive on planet. Player loadouts now come down in your dropship inventory and not your characters. But don't worry, you haven't lost any workshop items, they're just in a different place. And finally, on this update, we have a back-end architecture, tooling, and support. As part of our long-term changes to the back-end architecture, which stores player progress, we have improved the tooling that allows us to support player activities. Specifically, this gives us much easier access to assets and right the problems that have occurred due to bugs when playing in online mode. Please contact us if you have lost any exotics and you need assistance. This is a very new package of work, so we didn't have time this week to provide a more detailed explanation of what it is and how it works, but this will follow in next week's update. We will be extensively overhauling our back-end architecture over updates as we look to improve the game and better support the needs of the community. Which we love that. That's good news. The needs of the community are a must. We like it. Now, there's a big old detailed changelog, so if you do want to check that out, as per usual, it will be in the description down below, alongside a load of my links there if you want to check out my socials, as well as Icarus's links if you want to check out their socials. For today, though, that is it. I'm hoping everybody likes the new change. I know I'm going to be coming out a little bit late, obviously, with the update videos. Normally, I would release them a few hours after they've come out, but it's a lot of work to actually try and get the missions done and out on a Friday. So rather than, stress with that, I figured it'd just be a little bit easier if we did it on a Tuesday, and that way I can have a bit more of a detailed look and actually play the missions for the update so people get to see them if you haven't already seen them over the weekend. I will attempt, as much as I can do, if it's a shorter mission, to get them out on the Friday. But if I can't, then obviously I hope people understand. But we'll see. We'll see what happens going forward. I am looking potentially to reduce some hours at work, because obviously I've had some time off from YouTube itself, and YouTube is doing very well, even with me not consistently uploading. So I do like the way things are going, and it is a step in the right direction to doing this full time, which ultimately is my dream and my end goal, which I'm hoping within the next year, possibly two, that will become a thing. We're very steadily growing, which I like. There's nothing on the decline, which is brilliant, and hopefully it continues like that. And if it does, great. The more time I can spend doing this, the more I can get content out, and the better quality content I can bring. I'm trying to do the best quality I can. Obviously, I'm not great with computers. I'm not great at editing. And alongside putting the content out, I'm trying to learn all of that, which is another reason why I'm so slowly bringing down the amount of content that we put out. So rather than, at the moment, I think we have videos 6 days a week. Then I'm trying to drop that down to 5. So then those other 2 days that I'm not doing it gives me a bit more time with the family and a bit more time to actually learn and do a load of stuff, which is brilliant. But we'll see what happens anyway. Go with the flow and hope for the best. That's it. That's the way you can do it. If you have enjoyed today's video, subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel a little bit further, consider checking out the members tab. For today, though, I've been Wyatt. You've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on Tuesday with some more Icarus.